Listen, the equity market just can't go down. It really feels like any good news, it wants to go up. There's still too much cash around. People have good years. The breadth is lower, right? So you're seeing, fewer stocks make new highs and more stocks under the 200-day or the 50-day moving average. But overall, it feels like, we're going to go into year end at the highs.
And this is after yesterday's story that the Fed has again brought in the timeline for tapering. They brought it in another one. Yeah,
it's really interesting. It feels like this is the last surge of we've got to get our money to work. Push markets to the high to ring the bell on D's 31. Crypto is not trading as bullish as equities because you're seeing, I think, this tension between the Fed's going to take the punch away, the booze away from the punch bowl, much sooner than people thought. Broadly, that shouldn't be good for risk assets. But right now, there's so much money, and you can't keep stocks down. Listen, the economy is booming, right? We're going to have a monster fourth quarter nominal GDP print because we've got high inflation and high growth. And so right now that you don't want to fight the trend in stocks. I've tried many a times to kind of hedge some of my portfolio, and every time you find yourself stopping out.
Well, in crypto, it's kind of a double whammy. Not only is it still a risk asset, and it is, and we see that, but also one of the main points for the big crypto bulls are that as the Fed prints and prints and prints and prints, the 21 million Bitcoin that are going to be around become more valuable. So when they start slowing down the printing, you got the risk asset side of a sell-off, and you got that it doesn't make as much sense because maybe central bankers aren't going to.
Well, in a lot of ways, that's why you're seeing Ethereum really outperform Bitcoin. If you look at the Ethereum price, Ethereum still trades bullish as
more utilitarian.
People see Ethereum as a technology bet, and Bitcoin as a debasement of fiat currency bet.
So you've watched it a long time, and you've. You're so rich. I don't know how close you really watch Bitcoin, but when it does go from when it went from 20,000 to like 2,000, you had to be like, oh my God. So if it goes, so you still see it, and you got a lot of it. So it was what 63, 64, 49 now. Do you think it's do you think it goes under 40? Think it holds 40?
I don't. I really don't. I was just in the Mideast. There are new players lining up to participate in this crypto economy, from the Mideast to all over the U.S. to pension funds. And so there's a bid below the market. It's an institutional bid. It's slowly. They've done their work. They're waiting to participate. And I think people now have woken up that crypto is an asset class, that Bitcoin is part of a crypto portfolio, that even if the Fed starts acting more hawkish, it's an amazingly complicated plane to land for Powell and Yellen, right? We've got a political environment that wants to spend more money. We have a monster budget deficit. And if you raise rates too fast, you're going to sink the economy, and no politician wants to do that. And so we lost a political Fed chairman, right? All Fed chairmen are now political just based on the deficit. This idea of independent central banking is now a farce. And so Powell can act tough for a while because he just got reappointed. But if he starts doing things that, put Biden's reelection at risk, you're going to hear something.